Our report is Chapter 8. It's about the impact of information technology on productivity and quality of life. IT investment and productivity. Productivity is defined as the amount of output produced per unit of input, and it is measured in many different ways. Most countries have been able to produce more goods and services over time, not through a proportional increase in input, but rather by making production more efficient. These gains in productivity have led to increases in GDP or gross domestic product based standard of living because the average of hours of labor produce more goods and services. For example, productivity sa isang factory might be measured by the number of laborers. Nakukuha na ng bawat employee ang annual salary ng bawat employee sa isang company. Innovation is a key factor in productivity improvement, and IT has played an important role in enabling innovation. Progressive management teams use IT, as well as other new technology and capital investments to implement innovations in products, processes, and services. The productivity gains from such IT investments were obvious. Like in the early days of IT in the 1960s, productivity improvements were easy to measure. For example, mid-sized company often had a dozen or more accountants focused solely on payroll-related accounting. When business implemented automated payroll systems, fewer accounting employees were needed. Mas marami nang kailangang mga employee na kailangan sa isang business kapag pinalaganap ang payroll-related accounting through electronic.
Simply says na kapag innovations, it is for better future and a better life. Pero hindi nga lang sa lahat ng oras. May paraan na may mga pagkakataon na mga innovation sa atin minsan hindi nakakabuti kapag nasa sa atin din lang naman yun. Depende sa isang tao kung paano gagamitin mga innovations natin as an people in the society, ating buhay. Sa bawat individual, ako as an IT students, magiging parte ako sa mga innovations balang araw or made-develop in the future. Today, organizations are trying to further improve IT systems and business processes that have already gone through several rounds of improvement. Organizations are also adding new IT capabilities to help workers who already have an assortment of personal productivity applications on their desktop, computers, laptops, and smartphones, such as BlackBerry, Droid, and iPhone. Instead of eliminating workers, IT enhancements are saving workers small amounts of time each day. Whether these saved minutes actually result in improved worker productivity is a matter for debate. These minor gains make it harder to quantify the benefit of today's IT investment on worker productivity. One possible explanation for the previous points is that there is a lag time between the application of innovative IT solutions and the capture of significant productivity gains. IT can enhance productivity in fundamental ways by allowing firms to make radical changes in work processes, but such major changes can take years to complete because firms must make substantial complementary investments in retraining, reorganizing, changing reward systems, and the like. Furthermore, the effort to make such a conversion can divert resources from normal activities, which can actually reduce productivity, at least temporarily.
Following list of summarized factors that can affect national productivity rates. Labor productivity. Growth rates differ according to where a country is in business cycle expansion or contraction. Times expansion enable firms gain full advantage of economics of scales and full productions. Times of contraction present fewer investment opportunities. Outsourcing can skew Productivity: if the contracting firms have different productivity rates than the outsourcing firms. Regulations make it easier companies and United States to hire and fire workers, to start and end business activities compared with the many industrialized nations. This flexibility makes it easier for markets to relocate workers to more productivity firms and sectors. More competitive markets for goods and services can provide greater incentives for technological innovations and adoptions as firms strive to keep ahead of competitors. In today's service-based economy, it's difficult to measure the real output such services as accounting, customer service, and consulting. IT investments don't always yet tangible results such as cost savings and reduced headcount. Instead, many produce intangible benefits such as improved quality, reliability, and services.
Telework. Telework, also known as telecommuting. Telework is a work arrangement in which an employee works away from the office, at home, at a client's office, in a hotel, literally anywhere. So yun, ang telework ay isang trabaho sa bahay na kung saan gumagamit tayo ng internet, telephone, and emails. So yun, teleworkers access the internet via smartphones, tablets, laptop, and similar devices to retrieve computers, file, log on to software application, access corporate databases, and communicate with fellow employees, managers, customers, and suppliers. Yun. Yun nga yung ginagawa ng teleworkers. Gumagamit sila ng internet para makapag-send ng data sa mga kliyente o ng information. Telework's opportunities need to be weighed based on the characteristic of the individual as well as the requirement of the position. Teleworkers avoid long stress commuters and gain time for additional work or personal activities. Yun. Isa sa mga advantage ng teleworking is yung hindi ka na mahirapan mag-commute dahil hindi mo na kailangan lumabas ng bahay para lang sa trabaho at mas makakabawas sa oras. Telework can reduce the need for employees to take time off to stay home to care for sick family members. Yun. Sa telework, dahil nga nasa bahay ka lang, maalagaan mo yung pamilya mo na may sakit ng maayos dahil hindi mo na kailangan umalis ng bahay. Teleworkers have an opportunity to experience an improved work-family balance. Yun, hindi ka na maghahabol sa oras sa trabaho, sa pamilya dahil nababalanse mo ito ng maayos. Telework can reduce ad hoc work request and disruption from fellow workers. Yun, mababawasan yung mga utos ng utos, yung mga tamad mong katrabaho, yan. Hindi ka na nila mauutusan ng basta-basta dahil nasa bahay ka lang. At ito yung mga disadvantage ng teleworking. Some employees are unable to be productive workers away from the office. Mas onti yung output na nagagawa mo sa bahay kumpara sa office. Teleworkers may suffer from isolation and may not really feel part of the team. Yun, dahil telework yung trabaho mo, sa bahay ka lang, feeling mo mag-isa ka lang na nagtatrabaho, na parang wala kang sinasandalan. Hindi mo nararanasan yung team building. Workers who are out of sight also tend to be out of mind. The contribution of teleworkers may not be fully recognized and credited. Yung mga nagagawa mo, hindi masyado nilang nare-recognize, hindi nila nakikita yung efforts mo dahil nasa bahay ka lang, nasa malayo ka. Teleworkers must be guarded against working too many hours per day because work is always there. Yan, disadvantage na yung dahil nasa bahay ka lang, siyempre, nandun lagi yung trabaho mo. Hindi kagaya kapag nasa office ka, may limit lang yung time ng pagtatrabaho mo. The cost of the necessary equipment and communication service can be considerable if organized does not cover this. Very good. These are the advantages of teleworkers for organization. Allowing teleworkers to access organizational data and system from remote sites create potential security system. Yon, dahil nga teleworkers ka, dahil sa internet ka nakapaloob, may mga tendency na pwedeng ma-invade o ma-access din nila yung mga data na hawak mo. Informal, spontaneous meetings become more difficult if not impossible. Yun, sa mga meetings nyo, hindi ka masyadong makakapunta dahil may iba kang tinatrabaho sa bahay nyo na malayo ka sa kanila. Managers may have a harder time monitoring the quality and quantity of work performed by teleworkers, wondering, for instance, if they really put in a full day. Yung mga managers nyo, hindi kayo masyadong mababantayan, hindi nila kayo mamamonitor kung ang pagtatrabaho nyo ba ay sapat at marami ba kayo talagang nagagawa. Increased planning is required by manager to accommodate and include teleworkers. Mas kailangan yung pag-igihan kung talagang nagtatrabaho ba sila. Mas kailangan yung silang bantayan dahil hindi nyo alam kung ano pinagagawa nila. There are additional costs associated with providing equipment service support for people who work away from the office. There are yung mga tauhan nyo na teleworkers ay mas marami kayo kailangan na i-provide, mas magastos dahil malayo sila sa inyo. Kailangan nila ng sarili nilang mga kagamitan. Telework increase the potential for lost or stolen equipment. Yung mga teleworkers ay kadalasan may mga nawawalang bagay, may mga nawawalang kagamitan o nananakaw dahil nasa bahay lang to. Hindi masyadong secured.
Digital divide. The digital divide is a term used to describe the gulf between those who do and those who don't have access to modern information and communication technology such as cell phones, smartphones, personal computers, and the internet. Digital divide. Factors beyond the GDP. Based measurements of standard of living. Some of these indicators include the following. Number 1 is average number of calories consumed per person per day. Availability of clean drinking water. Average life expectancy. Literary rate. Availability of basic freedoms. Number of people per doctor. Infant mortality rate, crime rate, rate of home ownership, availability of educational opportunities. E-rate program. The E-rate program discussed in the opening bagnet was designed to help eliminate the digital divide within the United States. This program and others designed to increase the availability of low-cost computers, cell phones, and smartphones. E-rate helps schools and libraries obtain broadband internet service to advance the availability of educational and informational resources. Low-cost computers. What most of those 5 billion people have in common is low income. Increase the availability of low-cost computers can help reduce the digital divide. One laptop per child, OLPC. The non-profit organization One Laptop Per Child has a goal of providing children around the world with low-cost laptop computers to aid in their educations. As of 20...
Mobile phone, the tool to bridge the digital divide. The rapid and widespread use of cell phones has resulted in an increased investment in the infrastructure required to support wireless communication. Sa panahon ngayon, mabilis ang paglaganap ng paggamit ng cellphone sa iba't ibang bansa at nagre-result ito ng mataas na investment sa pagpapatayo ng mga sport wireless kagaya ng cell sites. Okay. In almost all countries, many more people have access to cell phones than they do computers. Cell phones have several advantages over personal computers, including the following. Ito yung mga advantage ng cellphone kaysa sa paggamit ng computer. Cellphones come in a wide range of capability and cost but are cheaper than personal computers. Mas malayo yung nauugnayan ng cellphone kaysa sa computers. Kasi sa computer, kailangan mo pa ng internet para maka-communicate sa iba. Sa cellphone, kailangan mo lang ng load. Mas onti yung magagastos mo sa cellphone kaysa sa personal computers. Cellphones are more portable and convenient than smallest laptop computer. Yung mga cellphone, mas komportable kang dalhin kasi maliliit lang sila, pwede mo siyang ibulsa. Hindi kagaya ng computer. Yung pinakamaliit na laptop, hindi mo may bubulsa dahil netbook at ang pinakamaliit na laptop. Talagang bit-bitin siya. Cellphones come with an extended battery life, much longer than any personal computer battery, which make the cellphone more reliable in regions where access to electricity is inadequate or non-existent. Mas mahaba ang battery ng isang cellphone kaysa sa personal computer. Mas tumatagal sila kasi mas onti yung pag-consume ng battery sa cellphone kaysa sa computer. Kasi sa computer, matagal na nga mag-charge, mabilis pa maubos. Hindi kagaya sa cellphone, balance. Mas onti rin pati yung nakakonsume niya sa electricity. Mas onti yung There is almost no learning curve required to master use of cellphone. Hindi mo na kailangan ng malawak na pangunawa para gamitin tong cellphone dahil madali lang talaga siyang gamitin. Basic cellphones require no costly or burdensome application that must be loaded and updated. Mas madaling mag-install ng mga application sa cellphone kaysa sa computer. There are essentially no technical support challenge to overcome when using cellphone. Hindi mo na kailangan ng mga suporta o karagdagang tutulong sa'yo para gamitin tong cellphone dahil mas sila accessible.
The impact of it on health care costs. The rapidly rising cost of health care is one of the 21st century major challenges. Patients sometimes overuse medical resources that appear to be free or almost free thanks to the share of medical bills that is paid by third parties such as insurance companies and government programs. To really gain control over severing healthcare costs, patients' awareness must be raised and technology costs must be managed more carefully. Electronic health records. This picture may you see what's the electronic health records. However, the healthcare industry has now greatly increased its investments in IT. Over 88 billion in 2010 alone to implement electronic health records. Health records convert to a new coding system known as ICD-10 for diagnosis and inpatient codes and begin a use of new Food and Drug Administration web portal to report deaths and injuries caused by medical services. Electronic health records, an EHR, is a computer-reliable record of health-related information on an individual. Use of mobile and wireless technology in the healthcare industry. Although slow to investment in IT, the healthcare industry was actually a leader of adopting mobile and wireless technology, perhaps because of the frequent urgency of communication with doctors and nurses who are almost always to move. Telehealth. Telehealth is employment electronic information process and telecommunications to support as distance healthcare, provide professional and patients health-related training, and support healthcare administrations. Teleradiology. Teleradiology involves the transfer of CT scans, MRI, X-rays, and other forms of medical imaging, such as an imaging center for review at the radiologist. Remote monitoring, also called home monitoring, involves the regular ongoing measurements of an individual vital signs, health measures, and the transmission of this data to healthcare provider. Medical information websites to lay people. Clearly, lay people cannot become as informed as trained medical practitioners, but a tremendous amount of healthcare information is available via the web. These websites are not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. This is our group report, prepared by Marina Crisalin, Mando Marlon, and Rustin Risueño. Thanks.